Good evening, welcome to another episode of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell, episode number 50, live on Television 52A Sports and Lifestyle, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Big back was again for another episode in the month of May. It's the 50th episode, man. This show turns 50. That's a milestone of the episode, so I'm gonna give you a good show. Briefly, thanks for those who have tuned in, and it's gonna be a great show as always. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Gonna start with the NBA playoffs. Obviously, man, it's been such a wild second round of playoffs, man. It's crazy. But we always resume and go backwards and look at games that were played on Thursday, Friday, all the way up to now. Thursday, the Knicks eliminated the Pistons 116 to 113. The Clippers forced the game number 7 as they beat the Nuggets 111 to 105. And then on Friday, the Rockets was able to force the game 7 against the Warriors, winning 115 to 107. So we go to Saturday for game 7, and the Nuggets. This game was not very non-competitive, man. Not a great game, but the Nuggets was able to win in 7 games, winning 120 to 101. They did what they had to do, man. They got to a great start. Westbrook was definitely a catalyst in this game. Very well balanced scoring by Denver Nuggets. They did enough to win this game. And once again, James Harden came up short again in the game 7 situation. He can't be trusted when it comes to game 7s. He showed that in the past with other teams that he's played on. He did the same thing against the Clippers, and they lose 120 to 101. For the Nuggets, 22 points for Gordon. He was the high man. Westbrook played very well. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, one off the bench. But Jokic didn't have to do that much scoring. Just a dominant performance by Denver, man. This game was just non-competitive. Simple as that. You can't trust the Clippers, man. The Clippers are a team you can't trust. They have franchise, in the showers of the Lakers and stuff like that. They just can't get over that hump and try to like get to the finals and win a championship. So Nuggets advance. Then we go to Sunday for game 1. Give credit was due to the Pacers, man. They got a great offense led by Tyrese Halliburton. They got Miles Turner. They got Pascal Siakam, Nembard. They got a lot of guys that can score, and they was able to do it, beating Cleveland and putting them in a situation where they're dealing with some type of adversity for the first time in these playoffs. Winning 121 to 112. Great balance scoring. Siakam had 17. Nesmith had 17 points, 8 rebounds. Turner 13 points. Nembhard and Halliburton combined for a total of 45 points. Coming off that backcourt, and that backcourt was just outstanding. Halliburton had 13 assists to go with his 22 points, and Mathurin had 11 points. So this team's definitely loaded, very deep, and they just knocked off Cleveland team that was playing so well, coming up with a sweep. But Miami, this was their first loss in the playoffs. So obviously they was not 100%. They didn't have Darius Garland, but either way, give credit was due to Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers. He was able to make it happen, make shots. Lack of defense at times from Cleveland, like very lackadaisical, but give credit where it's due. The team deserves to win, and that's why they up 1-0 after that game on Sunday. Also in the losing calls, Donovan Mitchell had 33 points. He broke Michael Jordan's NBA playoff record with his 8th straight game of at least 30 points in the series open. Yeah, Darius Garland didn't play out for the 3rd straight playoff game due to sprained left toe. And the Cavaliers didn't shoot particularly well from 3. It was like 9 for 38 from 3. So that wasn't good. 9 for 38. And they were second in NBA during the regular season in 15.9 3-pointers a game. I think that's how much they make, must be. That's what they do. I mean, a lot of teams shoot threes, but give credit where it's due. Indiana won that game. So it was a game on Sundays. That game on Sunday also, and that game on Sunday, we had game 7 where the Warriors went to the Rockets home turf and won 103-89. Not surprised. Um, the guy from Buddy Hill, he was the unlikely unsung hero. He had 9 3-point shots. That's why he scored the 33 points that he scored. Nine of it, nine three-pointers that led up to 33 points, 12 of 15 from the field, but most of those shots went from three. Curry had 22 points as well with 10 rebounds and 7 assists. Butler had 20 points. Green had 16 points. And they was able to win. No contribution from the bench that much, but they ain't needed. And plus, when we make 18 3-point shots, that's going to be the difference in the series in the game seven. They made 18 threes. And that was the difference in this ball game. So give them credit. Now they advanced to the second round to play Minnesota. All right. So that was it for that. I was going to this week. Now we had the second round matchups. It seems to persist and be what it is. So on Monday, the Knicks played the Celtics. It's been a strange, bizarre, series, to say the least, man. It's just been crazy. The theme of that series is just that the Celtics just don't know how to hold leads and they shoot way too many 3-point shots. The first two games they have shot 100 3-point shots. That's what they do. So it's not a surprise that's how they play. That's their brand of basketball. But it was very unkind this past week, this past Monday, as they lose 108 to 105 in overtime to the Knicks. And get credit to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson made some big plays, big shots. What else is new? About 29 points. And the comeback, being down 20 points and able to find a way to win. And Bridges played well in the end with his steal and preserved the win. So that was a big deficit they had to deal with the Knicks, but they was able to come out and be the Tories regardless of that. Brunson had 29 in the movie, had 29. So give him credit. 13 rebounds and 14 points by Anthony Towns. They was able to win. So give him credit. But some of that is on Celtics, the way they shot the basketball from three. They missed a playoff record 45 3-point shots. Sometimes you gotta go to the basket, man. You gotta go to the basket, be in attack mode, and that's what they lack in that game. But get credit to the Knicks win that game, and it'll be deja vu on Wednesday. We get to that very shortly. Also on that Monday night, 121-118 in favor of Denver. It was a great game, great big time shot by Aaron Gordon for the game winner to win the game, 121-118. Jokic has 42 points and 22 rebounds in the process. But it was Gordon that gave him the victory, that game winning 3-point shot with 2.8 seconds to go. Great comeback win for them. Game that OKC had in the bag, but wasn't able to hold the lead. And Jokic made history, became just the fourth player to have 40 points, 20 rebounds, and 5 assists in a playoff game. Chet Holmgren just let Denver off the hook, gave him a chance when he missed 2 free throws. When the Thunder was leading by a point, so you gotta make those free throws. Chet Holmgren, yeah, that's the pressure getting to them. So they was able to come out the victory, Denver, in game one on Monday. So fast forward to Tuesday. But this was a crazy game right here, where the Indiana Pacers came back from a lot of deficits, whether it be 17 points, 14 points. They won this game 120-119 as Tyrese Halliburton did a 3-point shot with 1.1 seconds to go after a missed free throw. He was able to get the rebound and hit a three. The Pacers scored 8 points, the final 8 points in 7.9 seconds to go. And Cleveland, despite being shorthanded, not having three key players in the game and it being out, it's just crazy for them to, lose a game like this. Halliburton had 11 of his 19 points in the final 12 minutes. Andrew Nimbar stole an inbounds pass by Max Strus from Cleveland with 27.5 seconds and to try to find a potential tie-in three-pointer. For Halliburton drove inside and got fouled. Made his first free throw, then he missed the second one. They ended up getting the rebound, offensive rebound, dribbled out to the 3-point line and hit it from the top of the key. And that was all she wrote, and they was able to win. 120 to 119. But this game was a bad loss for Cleveland, despite the 48 points by Donovan Mitchell. Yes, it missed three key guys like Evan Mobley, NBA Defensive Player of the Year, DeAndre Hunter, and Darius Garland. But you still got to win that game. If you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, you was up by 17 points. But the Pacers give them credit, know how to rally, and it shows you how explosive they are as offense. And they was trailing 117, 110 with 106 to go. You think the game is over, but that shows you that you got to play to the end, to the buzzer, and that's what they did. And the was able to get the victory. So overcoming deficits of 17 points, I mean that's impressive. 81. They had a 14-point lead, Cleveland, as well as a 17-point lead, but it didn't make no difference. Aaron Naismith got it going, 3-point shot with 1.1 seconds left in the third quarter, cut the lead to 14. They was able to come back and win. So that was a storyline on that. Then Golden State won 99-88. Unfortunately, bad news for the Warriors. They had a hamstring strained by Stephen Curry. He didn't play that much because of the injury, but they still was able to win 99-88. As Buddy Hield played well in this game, 24 points, hit 5 3-point shots, and he was able to win the game despite Curry playing only 13 minutes. Butler, Jimmy Butler had 20 points, and Draymond Green played very well, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And it was 18 of 42 from three. Again, when you shoot these threes and make them, you're gonna be successful. As for Minnesota, they didn't do well for us 3-point shots. It was 5 for 29. The best player, Anthony Edwards, played poorly. He shot the ball 9 for 22, 1 for 5 from three. He did have 23 points, 14 rebounds, but it wasn't good enough. Steph Curry's gonna be out. He's not playing tonight. They play tonight, playing right now. So they up 1-0 in that series. Then deja vu became what it was last night, where the Knicks overcame another 20-point deficit again and win 91-90. Again, shooting threes all over the place. That was a storyline with this one. They shot 63 pointers in game one. They shot 43 pointers in game two, but they haven't been shooting ball particularly well from game to game in this series. Bad performance by Jason Tatum, 5 of 19 from three. I mean, 5 of 19 from the field, 1 for 4 5 from 3-point range, only 13 points. Brown didn't play. He played his best, 20 points, but he didn't shoot ball too well, 8 23. But again, way too many 3-point shooting, not enough going to the basket, putting pressure on the defense, the Knicks, and just putting pressure on them. And for them to just sell for that, it makes sense. So now their backs against the wall. The Pacers, I mean the Celtics. Celtics are backs against the wall. They got find a way to get out of this 12 hole. The road team has won. Now Caleb Bridges again playing good defensive basketball. Still, Brunson made the go-ahead free throws to make it 91-90 when he got fouled. It's not easy to do. Josh Hart like 23 points. Carl Anthony Towns at 21 points, 17 rebounds, and now it's a game 3 on Saturday. See if Boston come out of this. But the Boston's got to find a way to make adjustments and play better by being aggressive and take the ball to the basket instead of shooting threes. They love to do that. That's their brand of basketball. But they got to run some plays. Porzingis is dealing with an illness. Knows what his condition is going to be rest of the way. But the Celtics don't look good with these 3-point shooting. You just can't have that. You gotta find a way to rise above that and find a way to get it done by going to the basket and putting pressure on the officials to make a whistle. And that's what you gotta do sometimes. So give credit where it's due to the Knicks. But some of that is the lack of execution offensively. There's a shooting aspect of the Celtics is shooting way too many threes. I think that's what's going to do them in if they keep playing like that. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, 63-point shots. attempts. And you got 43-point shot attempts in game number two. 60. That's way too many threes. That's like we're going to the basket. Yeah. So you gotta make some adjustments. So we'll see what happens in game three. So that's it for that. Right now, again, you got Golden State and Minnesota, no Steph Curry. And right now, they feeling that effect. Golden State, because Golden State right now is losing 29-12 with 58.8 seconds to go. As a matter of fact, it's the end of the quarter. The Timberwolves winning 29-15. No surprise there. Leading scorers is Anthony Edwards, 7 points for Timberwolves, and Jimmy Butler, the third, is at 5 points. So they're gonna feel the effect of Stephen Curry. He's a great player, and that's all that needs to be said about that. All right, so that's it for that. Let's get into the baseball scenario. What's going on in baseball, and then again to the understanding sports history for May 8th, and that'll be it. Right, the Yankees, they're up 21-16 in the American League East. The Tigers are 25-13 in the American League Central. American League West, you got the Mariners 22-14. How about those Athletics? 2018 right now. They're looking good. Only 3 games behind the Mariners. Then the National League, you got the Mets 24-14, 2 games up over the Phillies. The Cubs are 22-16, 3 games up on the Cardinals. The Dodgers are 25-12, got their mojo back. They're playing pretty good baseball. Then you got the best record in baseball right now. Tigers are up there, man, 25-13. Dodgers are 25-12. Yeah, they got the best record slightly. But how about those Tigers, man? Tigers looking good. Being 25-13. So the Padres are 23-13. The Giants are 24-14. Maybe one of the surprising teams in the league going with Detroit. All right, so let's get into on this day in sports history for May 8th. Get the events that took place today. I'm gonna go over everything. Let's go with a few. Let's get into it. Right, in 1896 on May 8th, Bobby Peel scored 210 not out as Yorkshire is dismissed for 887 in drawn county cricket match against Warwickshire in Birmingham. 1919, Appinge Dam soccer team was formed. May 8th, fire breaks out in Fenway Park, home to Boston Red Sox baseball team Desmond. May 8th, 1926. May 8th, 1929, New York Giants pitcher Carl Hubble pitched a no-hitter against the Pittsburgh Pirates as they won 11-9 at the Polo Grounds. 1942, the first twilight game in 24 years, the Dodgers beat the Giants for 7-6, raising $60,000 for Navy Relief Fund. 1947, May 8th, a movement among Cardinal players protests his first meeting with Jackie Robinson and the Dodgers, supported by a talk from owner Sam Breedon. 1966, on May 8th, only home run ever hit out Baltimore's Memorial Park was by Royal outfielder Frank Robinson. Muhammad Ali, on May 8th, was indicted for refusing to have induction in the U.S. Army. 1970, May 8th, the Knicks beat the Lakers 113-99 in 7 games. 113-99. Ernie Banks in 1973 fills in for Cubs manager Whitey Lockman, who was ejected during the game. technically becoming baseball's first African American manager. 1984, Kirby Puckett with the Twins of Minnesota made his debut with four singles. Dwight Gooden for the New York Yankees won his first American League game against the Tigers 10-3. 1994, all-female pro baseball team Colorado Silver Bullets played their first game on May 8th, 1994. 2010, May 8th, last piece of Yankee Stadium falls in the Bronx, New York, marking the end of the 2-year demolition process. So that's basically it for the night. Yeah, 113.99 was the final score. 1970 on May 8th. Yeah, May 8th on this day. All right, so that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed today's another live show. It's also supposed to be Rashad Mitchell, episode number 50. Check out my web's new article that's on right now, e52asports.com. Check it out, e52asports.com. Check it out, the article. Check that out. Stuff that I've written. I did write about Greg Popovich. He did retire recently. One of the great coaches of all time, and brought a lot of substance over style. Um, as far as the team, the way they played, they won 5 championships. He was there in 1999, 2003, 2005, 2007. I think they won 2014, stuff like that. So, all-time greats. I wrote about that in the playoff coverage and stuff like that in the draft, stuff like that. Just check it out on e52asports.com. e52asports.com. Check it out. Yeah, 1999, 2003, 2005, 2007, 2014, 5 championship. Right, so that's it for tonight. Be back next week for another episode of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell. Until then, talk to you next Thursday.